Hi friends, welcome back. So it appears the superhero Elon Musk has saved the damsel in distress Taylor Swift from certain doom of AI. And if you haven't been following this story, this has actually been happening the last couple of days, maybe weeks, who knows. But you can see the headlines here. X blocks Taylor Swift searches after fake AI videos go viral. The basic gist of it is that people were generating all kinds of Taylor Swift adult content. And in fact, it got so bad that they had to block the searches. If you were to be searching for Taylor Swift content and add the words AI, it actually comes up with nothing. They blocked the search. It says something went wrong, try reloading. If you tried searching for Taylor Swift nude, yes, that's what people were searching for because that's what was out there. Something went wrong, try reloading. And then this is kind of an interesting one. If you search for Taylor Swift photos, this is as of now, you can get basically a trolling post that says Taylor Swift is garbage and so is her music. So, when people ask me like, why do I not spend time on Twitter/X? This is essentially why. I mean, people are basically posting all kinds of lewd content, and then it just becomes dominating the platform. Plus, there's a lot of spam that kind of proliferates that even more. So you have the original content where someone's putting out, whatever crazy image, and then it gets spread, right? Moreover, if you don't have that, then you have trolling. And I just want to tell you guys, I mean, I admit I have contributed to the revolution of sort of trolling photos, etc. I mean, I put this together, the Superman Taylor Swift thing, or Elon Musk Taylor Swift thing, whatever you want to call it. It took like 2 minutes. It's very easy to do. Now, if you want to get like really, realistic looking using AI, maybe it takes you 5 minutes. So I'm just saying the technology we have now to generate this kind of stuff is unreal. It's very fast and very easy, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon. I think this sort of problem is going to be very prevalent going forward, and one of the best skills that you can develop, and sort of what we talk about a lot on this channel, is trying to figure out the difference between fact and fiction, and also to having a community to help you, understand the world together. Because guys, I have to check stuff all the time and look up, it's like, is that real or not? And moreover, let's see what X has to say about this. So this is on January 26, 2024, they say posting non-consensual nudity. So they're saying NCN, non-consensual nudity, images is strictly prohibited on X, and we have zero tolerance policy towards such content. And it's interesting because remember when Elon Musk first took over Twitter, he's saying, I'm all about free speech, everything and anything is okay. And I laughed because I was like, I mean, do you really have any idea what you're talking about? Because, on social media and the world out there, people say and post all kinds of things. Guys, I do this every day and I read people's comments and I can't repeat the stuff that people say, but I'll just say, when you realize like how crazy stuff is, you'll say, yep, you definitely do moderation. So even Twitter /X/Elon Musk is figuring that out. Here they say here, our teams are actively removing all identifying images and taking appropriate actions against accounts responsible for posting them. We're closely monitoring the situation to ensure that any further violations are immediately addressed and content is removed. We're committed to maintaining a safe and respectful environment for all users. And someone actually posted and asked a question that says, why is porn and nudity even allowed at all on X? Get to the root of the problem. And another person wrote, what about all these porn bots that spam every thing we post? So I'm not on that platform, but this kind of summarizes why I'm not. And again, I guess if you want to search for said stuff, you can't find it, meaning the Taylor Swift stuff. And the reason why I mentioned the Taylor Swift thing, because regarding other personalities or other people who have been harassed on X/Twitter, Elon Musk would come out and say, no, we can't do anything about it. Or he'd say, oh, well, we believe in free speech. You can do whatever you want. So I think the difference with the Taylor Swift situation, it's not hard to figure out, is that she's a big star and they need to keep her on the platform, right? If you lose Taylor Swift, you lose all of her, it's actually quite a bit, 94, we'll call it 95 million followers, right? So this is sort of why when people say they can't do something, then suddenly they can, meaning that before when Musk was saying, oh, we can't, limit any searches, or we can't, remove accounts, and suddenly they start doing it. You can kind of see why they're doing it, obviously to protect Taylor Swift. Moreover, this is actually a bigger problem beyond Swift. I'm just starting with this because it's been the headlines. This was another one that was also in the headlines, January 26th, guys, same day. But it's not going to get big headlines because I think the younger kids don't know who this is. This is regarding George Carlin, who was a very popular comedian when I was a kid. If you're older, you'll know who he is. He was funny and also very smart. I'll read the headline for you. It says, creators of AI-generated George Carlin special sued by the late comedian's estate. So basically, there was this, it's like a podcast and a YouTube channel made an hour-long AI-generated George Carlin show. And they're making money off this thing, I guess. And then the family saying this is a bastardization of Carlin's real work and legacy. We'll see what happens. I actually think this is a really interesting one because it really is stretching the bounds of fair use, right? You're these days. You can use someone's voice, someone's image, and the people who made this thing are going to claim that we made all this original writing, but yet you're using someone's voice and someone's image. So we'll see. Like I said, these kind of cases are just coming down the pipeline. Moreover, talking about the social media space, Reddit is looking to go public. Now, they talked about doing this last year and actually a couple years ago. And at that time, they were looking to get $15 billion in terms of valuation, right? How much is the company worth? Now they're looking at $5 billion. We'll see. I think this is an interesting because it also intersects with the X/Twitter thing / social media stuff, because we've seen the debacle happen with Twitter when they he bought it for, that's Musk that is, bought it for $44 billion. What do you value Reddit at? The problem is that to make money on these kind of platforms, there's a couple things that need to happen. So one is you get enough people who are willing to do a monthly subscription to access your service, right? So something like, for example, a Netflix, we do that because I pay my $10 a month, 15, whatever it is right now. So prices keep going up. But you pay that monthly fee because you want to, look at their content. For something like a Reddit, are people we're really going to, value the content on that to pay a monthly fee. The other thing too is that, okay, if you're not going to charge a monthly fee, so for example, say Instagram or Facebook Instagram has monthly fees now, which is a whole other issue, but generally speaking, to use those platforms, say Instagram or Facebook, it's free. And Twitter's been free for a long time, but now they're starting to charge. And so then what you would do is you would have advertisers then, because you're selling your user data to companies, and advertisers put stuff on your platform. Now, if your platform has questionable content, say lots of, Taylor Swift images that Taylor Swift's not thrilled about, and obviously, they now have to have a new policy for this to make it more advertiser friendly. Is this a platform or a media or a company that you want to mess with at all? So I'll be curious your guys' thoughts on this thing. Again, do you get people to get subscriptions to your service, or do you sell advertising on said platform? I'll be curious if Reddit indeed goes public. Moreover, which is actually really interesting, Elon Musk. Remember when I told you guys the world these days is trying to decipher, what is real, what is not real. Musk evidently, according to the Financial Times, has been saying, hey, we need to get some money for XAI. This is according to Financial Times, right? They're trying to raise money, and what they're saying here, $6 billion from investors to, compete with OpenAI. And Musk actually said, he tweeted out that it's not true. This is the actual quote from Musk on January 27th. XAI is not, and again, XAI is not raising capital, and I've had no conversations with anyone in this regard. Now, this flies in the face of what the Financial Times reported, and actually we'll read through the actual things that they said, and you guys can decide who is telling the truth here, because someone isn't, obviously. So this is coming from Financial Times. Again, Elon Musk has denied this story. So it says here, Elon Musk's XAI is in talks to raise up to $6 billion as the Tesla and X chief looks to global investors, including in Hong Kong, to finance his challenge to Microsoft-backed OpenAI. The billionaire's artificial intelligence startup has courted wealthy individuals and investors around the world in recent weeks, according to multiple people familiar with the matter. So evidently, the Financial Times is not just one source, but multiple sources. And I think when you're trying to raise this much money, it would be hard to keep secret. It's just too many people involved. Also, it says here, according to 4 people, right? So again, more than one person. These talks have included family offices in Hong Kong, the territory that is increasingly controlled by Beijing. 3 people, again, more people involved, with knowledge of the talks said Musk hoped to raise as much as $6 billion in fresh equity capital for XAI at the proposed valuation of $20 billion. So it's interesting when you put this stuff together. Remember, Reddit is looking for a $5 billion valuation before they wanted 15. Supposedly, the Elon Musk, XAI company wants to get 20 billion. We'll see. I laugh at this stuff because again, Elon Musk denies it, but someone pointed out the last time we talked about this because there was issue where the Musk had denied that they were trying to raise money, and it turned out that someone over at XAI, it was like one of their executives, had filed paperwork at the SEC saying they were seeking $1 billion. So again, someone was lying there, but someone pointed out like you always have to look at Elon Musk's language explicitly. So for example, here it says XAI, this is from Elon Musk, XAI is not raising capital and have had no conversation with anyone in this regard. So sure, this could actually be true. Maybe they haven't got any money yet, so that means they're not raising capital. And he's had no conversations. So it doesn't necessarily mean him specifically has talked to anyone raising money, but maybe one of his underlings is out there talking to people and raising money. So therefore, Musk is telling the truth in a way. So this is the kind of stuff that people do. And guys, I want to point out something as well, and this is something that to where it is such a entertaining one. It's entertaining to see how people, twist things. And an example here with the Musk stuff, you can see, he's kind of telling the truth and kind of not. That's sort of how it is. Moreover, this is one of the most fun topics on the channel lately has been, you can see right here, Tesla stock is down 55% from the top. I can see it literally right here with my own eyes. And it's been so fun to see what the Tesla pumpers, boys and girls, try to come up with explanations of why this is and basically deny reality. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because sometimes, though, to be fair, sometimes your eyes deceive you if you don't understand the world, and also too if you're not part of a community that says, hey, you got to check because it's not necessarily as it seems. I'm going to give you an example. If you go back and you look at the price of Tesla stock over on Google Finance, and you can see the date here, July 2nd, 2010, it would apparently seem that Tesla stock was $1.28 back then. But that was never true and never the case. If you don't know anything about this stuff, it's due to stock splits. Actually, Google Finance adjusts the price in the past. And I want to point out a couple videos. Guys, please watch these because if you've never seen this stuff, it's really interesting. It basically exposes, there's a dude on YouTube named Larry Jones, and he doesn't know anything what he's talking about. and I basically make videos about that because essentially what they try to do, they try to sell things like Tesla and Apple as being penny stocks, which was never the case. But essentially it is that if you don't understand this stuff and you don't know how to read these kind of things, you'll fall for it. Point being, going back to the original thing of Musk saving Taylor Swift regarding AI, this kind of image right here, right? If you didn't look or didn't think about it deeply, you're like, oh well, yeah, Musk has a superhero costume and he's saving people, right? That's what you would think if you didn't investigate further. But having a little bit of research, a little bit of how can I say, critical thinking, you realize that this is not a real image. I repeat, this is not a real image. So I just wanted to emphasize that there. But in this particular world regarding AI, it's actually, to be frank, getting harder and harder to tell what is real and what is not real. And so that's essentially what I try to do on this channel with you in this community, is figure out these things together, because honestly, it is getting more and more difficult. So love to hear your thoughts on this topic, and what do you think about this whole AI situation, and let's just try to figure out this world together. So thanks again, and I'll catch you next video.